Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Of all the...
Yes.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed up, fine weapon and arms, dwarven made. There's two things I'm here for. Travel.
On it.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
As you say. You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not, of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do? Waiting for my help. Oh, I suppose. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service. I don't normally take this route, but with the war I was hoping for. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out? Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could? The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least. Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works. Maybe you could look up the fellow who owned the golem before. Best of luck to you then.
It will be done.
Yes.
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 As you like.
done?
Awesome.
I fell. For a moment there, I thought it was all over. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Yes.
You'll have to... Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Oh, allow me to introduce... Sadly, I've had no... It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to... Just hold up the rod and say, Dula...
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier. You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter. No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill myself. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time. Yes, that we will.
Something you need? I'm sure I... Are you sure I can't I'm sure
Yes.
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 Direct me. I can't further. this really gives them something.
It is done. So be it.
That was interesting. And I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little. Well, I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties. I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Yes. Very well.
Here I am.
Is this important?
Are you truly such a fool?
I have silenced it.
Yes.
This is a golem, I believe. Damaged, perhaps beyond repair. There may be a way to... Of course.
something.
Now you die! As you say, enough. Very well.
I am ready.
Of course.
Yes. Very well. It will be done.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the Bann, were you? To save us? A Grey Warden? Here! Thank the Maker for our luck! But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking. A merchant? Why would a merchant... Oh. Think I see. This is about Shale, isn't it? I should have known. That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance! My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and Shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now. This was my father's lab. Look, I know you probably have more important things. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful. But my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her. There are defenses my father put down. I knew about the barrier. I had the key for that, but the rest of it, well, we never came down here. Ever. You will? My father's laboratory is just past the next area. Why won't she come back, or at least yell out? I don't understand! Almost nothing. It used to be bigger, I think. Mother tried to have it destroyed, but no luck. I think that's when she sold the rod, but no one ever came to how to activate it. We just used the control. I wouldn't be surprised. Bring back Amelia, and I'll gladly tell you the proper phrase, if you really want it. Please?
Yes. As you say.
No mercy.
Very well. Yes, as you say. Very well. Yes.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like to be in trees? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people. Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with us, too. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting. Kitty's clever. She says you'll want to take me back to my father. but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how. I am a cat, really. Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger. It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
No! Kitty!
You will not take the child from me. She shall be mine forever.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? What, Father? Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting. I can't go. Kitty says she can't come.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly.
No, leave me alone. Kitty!
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger. I have done nothing. I am all but powerless. The mage made sure of that, didn't he? I cannot leave this chamber. No, Amalia found me. After decades of isolation, her company is... welcome. It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose... Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father, and leave this place for... That's such a crude way of putting it. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong? Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
I am still trapped. What is the matter?
No! Kitty!
You will not take the child.
Of course. As you say.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracted. I can't...
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you, dear.
Of course she's...
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Oh, bug whistles. You're just no...
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I have done nothing. I cannot leave... It seems we are... Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. That's such a... I do not wish to harm Amalia. The mage's...
Oh, I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty. I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Yes.
Father doesn't like cats, but
Of
he never
course.
met Kitty.
It will be done. It will be done.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Let us be careful.
Yes. Yes.
Kitty is my best friend.
Very well. It will be done. As you say. Very well. It will be done.
I've a question, if I may. Well, here's the thing. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity. Could I And what if I didn't wish to leave? Indeed. It is good to know what my...
I was thinking about the sun. Tell me a story.
As you say.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
It will be done. Of course. Yes.
Tell me a story.
As you say. As you say.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
Of course. Yes.
Oh, it's a flower.
As
Is it a
you
daffodil?
say.
I like daffodils.
Of course. Yes.
Father doesn't like cats, but he never met Kitty.
It will be done.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Very well. Yes. It will be done.
I was thinking about
As
the
you
sun,
say.
silly.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us. Betrayal! You will not take the girl.
Kitty! You're scaring me!
Nice swing!
Excellent!
How invigorating that was.
As you say.
This really gets the blood pumping.
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And of course, it is another mage. That is what it is. Yes? Yes. Just my luck. I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead? Some got away, then. How unfortunate. Perhaps I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must. I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
I don't appreciate foreign objects invading my personal space. Well, usually.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken? I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply... what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me? I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village. I will follow it about then. For now, I am called Shale, by the way. This should be interesting.
Horse feathers. Yes.
Vashaden.
Yes. I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is. They are, aren't they? I so adore them. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
The Blight. How will you end it? If you hope to slay the Archdemon with wit, you may want to arm yourself first. You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order. Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed. Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy. I think not. I am made of pure rock, skin to core. At best, I can become a pile of dust, but a smear I will definitely not leave behind. That's for softer, squishier things like itself and its friends. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert. Ooh, shiny.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out. I'm sure you'll be pleased. Something you need? I'm sure either my...
Different? Different than... Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it like. Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do? Did I say it was bad? Huh. It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing. Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other... The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Welcome back, Warden. As you can see, we've been busy. Cleaned the place up a bit. Even my brother also got some goods stored here that might interest you. Buy them now before my cousins... I thought about it, but I figured that even if the truth is a touch... Our family's belief that we were wronged. It gave us strength to make something of ourselves. King Ireland sounded like a right nasty piece of work. Sophia was branded a traitor. She consorted with blood mages, but in spite of it all, I think she was a hero. We've a big family. When you were away, we all pitched in. Hard to believe there were undead, demons, and worse around here, right? Haven't heard a peep from him. Seems to like keeping to himself, but I keep telling the children to stay away from the tower. Certainly.
You? You're the Warden? Any weapons I make, I will sell you for a discount.
I have a family full of traders living... I chose to learn the way of metal and stone. It keeps me... Indeed, I have spent my life studying steel, dragonbone, and more. I learned all I could in human lands, and exiled dwarves taught me more. Give me the finest metals and materials, and I can make wonders for you. This is star metal. If you give this to me, I will craft for you a thing of legend. Nothing. My family owes you much. And so it shall be. It is done. I call this blade Starfang. May it serve you well. I must rest after my exertions. Warden? Warden?
Ooh, shiny.
Once the Dryden's were strong. We will be again one day.
Enemies ahead! Another battle, I see. You cannot win! Such a shame. It's your time to die! As you say. Yes.
Oh, good.
We'll be done.
Yes, run! Run in fear!
That was, not pleasant.
Thank you. I didn't expect the Bann's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man. You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter. You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. Maker, all that time in Bann Loren's prison, and I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar. I know, even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Calen, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens. I'd say so. It's where Calen kept his father's sword. The one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with. More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Selene and the Orlesians. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Bann Loren's hands by now. I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there. I hope not. Would they know how to work the lock, even if they did? The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search. If you have any survivors of the battle among your companions, take them with you. Their memory of the terrain will serve you well. I'm only sorry I cannot join you. It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Calen's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
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 Yes. pigeon crap.
Indeed.
Enemies ahead! It will be done. Very well. Orders?
Let us end this.
It will be done.
Thank you. I didn't expect the Bann's men to notice my escape so quick. You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this or you were there with the Grey Warden. Maker. All that time in Bann Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all... The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Celine and the Orlesians. He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Loghain at bay. The Maker...
But you said Caelan entrusted it to you.
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please. It's probably still... The key's behind a loose...
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really...
The events at Ostagar still haunt my thoughts, Warden. If that is where we are headed, I would like to accompany you.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. And...
Where?
Something
Very
about
well.
returning here makes me feel old, Wynne.
And what exactly are you implying, Alistair?
What? What? Nothing. No, I just thought...
Of course. You just thought I might be an expert at feeling old and could share some sage advice.
I just mean that I was a different person then. I believed him, you know?
Yes.
But it would be a glorious battle that we'd win.
I did too. We were all a little bit younger the last time we were here.
Well, not you. You've always been old.
With lips like that, son, you'll be lucky if you live to be half my age.
Very well. I will not.
Of course.
Come and get it! Back!
Of course.
It will be done.
What's the matter, Alistair?
I don't know, it just feels wrong to find this here. Poured over by dark spawn and thick with their rot. It was his.
I know, I feel it too. But he is not the first king to ever fall in battle, or even the first to fall to the Darkspawn.
Yes, but this wound cuts deeper.
And it will bleed longer. But we must keep moving. No doubt the Darkspawn are eager to give us plenty more reasons to mourn.
True power! It will be done.
Of course.
Very well. These beasts are surely dangerous. Yes. Very well. Now. As you said. You will pay for that. Very well. As you say. It will be done.
Of course.
So it's true. He had convinced the forces of Orlais to ally against the Docks.
Empress Celine was merely awaiting his response.
A response that never came, and now never will, thanks to Loghain's treachery.
Never is a long time. Give it time, and let cooler heads prevail. There will be peace between us yet.
Well, I hope you live to see it, Wim.
And I hope the Darkspawn don't. Of course.
Trap right ahead.
Of course.
It is done.
As you say.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
creatures can be unpredictable. As you say. Yes.
I'm trying to be merciful, yes. Alright, that's how it is then.
Very well. Now you die!
Excellent!
Forgive us, my king. Once we flushed the dark spawn from their holes and bought ourselves some time, we'll be back to see you to the Maker.
Of course. These are vile and tainted creatures. Very well. Yes. You dare! Force my hand! As you say.
Right ahead. Yes! Trap right ahead.
Enough. As you say.
Trap right ahead.
Of course.
Good to go!
Yes. That is. Flee while you can. Very well. Turn and run.
I'll try to be merciful.
Well.
there, the Tower of the Shale.
Trap right ahead. Mm-hmm.
As you say.
Hey. Yes, of course.
Very well. Of course. Of course. you dare! I will not falter!
There.
There is no hope for you now! Push them back! As you say. Will be done. Be gone! As you say. Very well.
Let's make this quick!
Yes. Very well. As you say. Of course. It will be done. Strike quickly. Another foe slain. As you say. Yes. Of course. As you say. As you say. As you say.
Down the hole and into the deep. I don't even want to imagine where that leads.
Of course. Very well.
Off I go.
Let us be careful.
Yes.
I'm here.
not end well. Touch me. It is done. Done well. Very well. As you say. Hey. Will be done. Very well.
There it is. The last of them.
It has been a long day. By the lines around your eyes, I dare say you look as old as I.
And if I may say so, milady, you appear to be getting younger by the day.
Be careful who you flirt with, young man. When you wake up beside me tomorrow morning, I'll be back to reminding you of your grandmother.
Beside you?
You heard what I said. It would not be the first time I woke to a younger man in my bed.
Are all women this evil and conniving when they grow old?
Just me, my dear. Just me. Alistair, are you all right?
Oh, they left him here to rot. We need to do something. He was a good man, who hoped too much, and died too young. He deserves what little honor we can afford to grant him.
and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along. I'm sure you'll be... If there's anything I can do for you, please, I'm sure you...
Is that for me? Really?
What say you? No, but a beautiful woman like yourself. Why not? I'm sure you draw many stares. But you would prefer I desisted, perhaps. It would be difficult traveling as we do in close proximity, but I am nothing if not a gentleman. Then I shall keep that in mind. There was a young elven dancer in Antiva City once, and I believe I actually managed to stare off all 7 up. Now that that is out of the way, perhaps we...
Something I can help with?
As you say.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
It will be done. Very well. Of course. Yes.
Our Leman sends his regards, Warden. We're trying to keep the roads clear and safe. Our Leman sends his regards, Warden. We're trying to keep the roads clear and safe.
My Valena returned. She told me...
Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well. Thank you again. You're welcome here, friend. What can I... You're welcome to whatever I have of you.
Thank you, my lady. I'd never have been able to return to my father if it wasn't for you.
Very well.
The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal, but know that the sun always rises. The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal. The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal, but know that the sun always rises.
Your efforts are...
The deep dark before dawn's first light. The deep dark before dawn's first. The deep dark before dawn's first light. The deep dark before dawn. The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal, but know that the sun always rises.
There are many gone who we must honor, but we must also remember those who aided us in our darkest hour.
As you say.
Phew, some fight. Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place. Rebuild. Same thing I intended to do before. Except this time, there's more humans left alive to help. First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go celebrate or whatever it is you're gonna do. You won, right? You're a hero. Or something.
Things are quiet in Redcliffe for now.
The deep dark before
Everyone's
dawn's
nervous about
first
the war
light seems
and
eternal.
the coming darkspawn.
But know that the sun always rises.
Move along, friend. Thank you.
Back off! I was here first! Why, you looking to buy one? Oh, is he? Well, that's... I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it, I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway. He was going to Orzammar. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll...
Isn't that the...
Good to see you again.
With imagination. Just players in a play. Exactly. You, I, everything. All a dream. But whose dream? And for whose amusement? Some being of cosmic power. Sublime, enlightened beings. Cosmic power? What, you're serious? They thought of all this grit, all the war. They bloody thought of boils. I got a boil the size of your nose on my big toe, and some beings are enjoying this. Disturbed, sick bastards, if you ask me. Ahem. I still maintain they're more enlightened than that. If I ever come across one of them, I'll give them a what for.
Enemies
Time
ahead!
award to show. Locate sentry gun.
I shall do so. I shall... Ready, go! Shortly. I know what is yours. Yes.
What is it?
About time a warden showed. Locate.
The bleeding! Make a preserver! I never liked this part!
I knew we could not lose.
You know what the butcher told me today? There's a grey warden loose.
Really? And he hasn't been arrested?
Seems he's making an army.
Maybe you shouldn't lap up everything your butcher says.
Bloody dwarves will argue themselves into poverty if they aren't careful.
I saw what you were doing back there.
Oh?
Don't play innocent with me.
What are you talking about?
You playing with that kitten.
There was no kitten.
Sten, I saw you. You were dangling a piece of twine for it.
I was helping it train.
You're a big softy.
We will never speak of this again.
Softy.
What can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant. Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline, even if we're denied a caste. The Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you. Again, your interest flatters me, fine lady. Best of luck to you.
The Assembly is deadlocked. No one knows when they'll
My goods are
reopen
just
the
rotting
city.
on their doorstep. I won't just stand here and take them.
Did you hear? Andraste's ashes have been found, here in Ferelden too.
Mother Vorlin said that's just some hoax.
Mother Vorlin's a half-blind old cow.
I paid a ransom for a trade permit. They can't do this.
You have some kind of problem. Oh? What is this about? How sad it is to see a Grey Warden man.
Longbows approach!
Of course.
How am I supposed to live with no crafts to sell? I'll be ruined.
If they wait too long, trade won't come back. That's the way this works.
Step right, maker's breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit. You've, heard of me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir. I don't have it. I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here. A dwarf near Redcliffe, Dwyn, I think his name was. He's the one who has the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
I've told you what I can, I swear to you. Oh, certainly.
Unexpected. Thank... All the Darkspawn are fleeing the underground, and we are going there.
It will be done. Very well.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
The deep dark before dawn's first light seems eternal, but no.
Go celebrate, or whatever you have to do. Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive. Six sovereigns. Good enough. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
It will be done. Of course.
You called. As you wish. Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war. I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree? Then lead the way.
Very nice indeed.
Interesting.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along. I'm sure...
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
You have coin, stranger? Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made. There's two things I'm here for.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
As you say.
You know what the Regent reminds me of, the way he's acting?
What?
King Logain will not suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
Vieta! This land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Logain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Calen and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Logain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Logain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. You'll hear of this. King Logain will see you quartered.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
A trust follow, Warden. You're right. Fair journeys, Warden.
How magnificent. These must be the statues of the Dwarven Paragons.
Bread? Please, sir. Just a bit of bread.
Yes.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that! Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother. As you say.
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes, home to the best of us. Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension. Perhaps I don't want you to. A Surfacer should not see us in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
I have a question it may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bits?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And? Is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew! Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You not speak that way about the man who should be king! Idiots. I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find
Very well.
Fool, I'll have him in the Legion. Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. See, that's why I don't want you Surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry. Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a Surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Yes, you should.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive. Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir. Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont. Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along. He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less. I am Narav Helmi, 3rd daughter of the 2nd matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time? A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean? A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around here. Oh, wonderful! I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcasts. Tell them I've already begun reading the Teventer Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of... What was I saying? Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. It's an independent company, a soldier. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm, and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not a... Alright, for your sake,